everyone, and welcome back to Honkai Impact 3rd. So, I was recording, and then I realized that OBS was not actually capturing the game. So you missed my first proper meeting with Kalpus, but that's about it. So, I will take that. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Alright. So, what do we got here? Ah, this is just a regular thing again. This one won't have story in that case, right? Trying to figure out how I want to actually, like, do these. Because I feel like I should do this part off camera, because it's not actual story. This part here. Like, I remember this one didn't have any actual story. So I feel like if it says explore, I should do that off camera. In that case... Ooh, I've got a lot of this stuff I could use. Alright, so we can't continue with that one. We can do this one. Hello, Kevin.
何か話すべきことがあるんじゃない？
必要ない。僕が君をここに来させたなら、話すべき言葉はすでに話しているはずだ。
Oh, never change.
そして話すべきでないことも、すべてここに存在している。
ケビン、私の知ってるあなたは多くのことを隠してた。今の私はまだ彼から何も奪えないし、ここに来たのも彼の意志だってことは認めるわ。でも、これはチャンスかもしれない。ケビンが一体どんな人か見極めるための。
僕はケビン。旧姓の命を持つ戦士。それ以外、何者でもないんだ。
Great talk. Oh my god.
また会ったわね、ケビン。
雷の律者。
こうして見てみると、あなたは英傑の中でも例外ってわけじゃないよね。あなたも含めて、ここにいる大多数の人たちの律者への態度は少し意外だったわ。外にいるときは性格のせいでそんな態度をとっていたのかと思っていたけど、今考えてみると。
雷の律者。君がここに来たのは許可されたからだ。事態。
まだコントロールできる？
She got her answer right away. Kevin didn't even lift a finger, but the world around him suddenly stopped, frozen, and became suffocating.
ああ、外のあなたはそうしていたわね。
それは君が望んでいるものではないはずだ。余計なことを考える必要はない。僕は務めとして自分がすべきことをするだけだ。君の望んでいるものを探しに行くといい。それが本当にここにあればの話だが。
これは？
天下制裁を初めて鞘から抜いたとき、その残存した炎を凍結させたんだ。
自分の力で神の鍵を凍結させたの？
Damn.
それができなければ 天下制裁は神の鍵にはならなかった。
そうなら、それはあなたにとってどういう意味があるの？
破壊だ。
それを私に？
記憶体としての僕はもうこれに形成される必要はない。
形成。あなたも後悔することがあるの？知らなかったわ。
天下制裁、それがもたらした結果は僕の本意ではない。しかし僕が言った形成は後悔という意味ではないんだ。君にしかできないことをやり遂げるには、まず君にしか背負えない代償を背負わなければならない。この炎は僕にとってそういう意味さ。
あなたが前に言った私には背負えない決断ってこの話のことだったの？
律者、君は夢をまだ見るか？自分が救えなかった人、自分のせいで死んだ人の夢を。
見るわ。
だが僕はもう見ない。
That's so.
ケビン、あなたはあなた自身に会ったことはある？
Ooh, that'd be weird.
僕がここに戻る必要はない。
だとしたら変ね。私の目から見ればあなたと彼は何の違いもない。でもあなたたちには数万年の差がある。時間があなたに何の跡も残さないなんてこと不可能よ。
ケビンはそういう人間だ。昔も今も変わらない。
Yeah, I could tell.
律者の君も思いがけないことがない限り普通の人間よりも長生きする。君の見たもの、聞いたもの、それらが君に残した後はどんどん薄くなる。そして死ぬべき時に君の時間はすでにある瞬間で止まっていたと気づくはずだ。
あなたはやっぱり彼とは少し違う。今、あなたは彼よりずっと食べる。私の知ってるケビンはこうして私と話すことなんてめったにないわ。
You know what? Yeah, fair point.
まるで感情というものが最初から存在しないかのように。
いや、それは君がまだ彼のことをよく知らないからだ。ライデンメイ。僕が言ったように過去でも今でもケビンは変わらない。
あなたの霊気は本物のあなたよりもずっと強い。もしかして今の彼は何らかの理由で弱ってるの？それとも。
君は僕を倒す方法を探しているようだ。どうして？
誤解よ。
ライデンメイ、自覚がないかもしれないが君はよく迷いを顔に出す。しかしさっきの質問の時だけ君から決意を感じた。
そうかもしれない。あなたも自覚がないかもしれないけれど、ケビン、あなたは自分の心に隠された狂気と執念について何も知らないわ。律者が人類のために戦えるなら、人類は人類の手によって滅びることもあり得るってあなたが教えてくれたんだもの。
違う。律者は人類のために戦うことはない。彼女はそうだったし。
エリシアの話が本当だとすれば可能性はとても低いけど、記憶体という概念は私の考えよりもはるかに複雑なものなのかもしれないわね。
どういう意味だろうか。
どう考えてみてもあなたたちは単なる記憶のバックアップのようには見えない。姿や意識、さらには独立した意志まで持ってるんだから。その点だけをとっても難解で複雑な疑問がいろいろと浮かび上がってくる。ただそれら全てをすぐに整理することはできないけど、例えばあなたたちは自分自身の存在についてどう思ってるの？
そういうことなら研究者に聞くべきだ。僕は本質や原理といった類の話に興味はない。
Yeah, that feels like a very Kevin response.
そうね。あなたが気にしているのは目的を達成することだけ。それは前から分かっていたわ。ただ残念ながら、私もあなたと同じように研究者と話をするのが苦手なの。崩壊がもたらした事故によってある場所を早々に去ったから。
The name Chiba Academy flashed across her mind.
よしましょう。そんなことはどうでもいいわ。とにかくこれは私の直感だけど、あなたたちは同じように自我を持ってる。でもこんなにも長い時の中で本当に一度も違う考えを抱かなかったの？彼も。
May suddenly caught a certain look flashing across Kevin's face. The same look she had when reminiscing about a certain place.
何か思い出したの？
いや、君が言ったように繰り返し説明する必要のないさまつな問題だ。
Rumor. Coldness. Fushi, you again? No, no matter what you say, it's still a no. It was you who spilled the beans last time. Huh? I'm the most well-informed person in the base? I guess that's true. I guess I could tell you about it. I mean, it's not like it's top secret. Wait, you must not have seen Kevin much lately if you don't know about it. His side effects are well controlled now. Though he still can't make physical contact with other people, at least he won't accidentally hurt other comrades around him anymore. Huh. Back then, after the 7th Hersher incident, I saw Kevin walking alone on a lake. Walking? Yeah, every inch that he passed over was frozen because of his excessively low body temperature. But if you think about it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. For a mantis, it's not a big deal to have low body temperature, am I right? You must have noticed it too. On hot days, Kevin would become much more popular all of a sudden. Even Dr. Mobius showed up beside him a lot more often than usual. I see. By the way, Elvin, do you know anything about the cat that occasionally appears around Kevin? I heard someone else mention it once. What? A cat? How is that even possible? What kind of cat can stand such low temperatures? Whoever told you this must have seen it wrong. Huh. The demon. He's got potential. What say you? Why are you asking me? The green-haired girl put down the files and raised her head to eye the aloof-looking man. Stop pretending, Kevin. I know your relationship with him, and I know you cut him off after you joined the Moths, to keep him from finding this place. Are you talking about Sue? He's your opposite. He won't agree to work with you. But that assumes we have other options. He'll understand, right? To the girl's delight, the man fell silent. Reptilian eyes glinting, her lips curled into a sneer. It's about time you drop the good guy act, Kevin. I'm well aware that I've crossed the line. But what about your dear May? Is she any different from me? Oh, there's a difference. She's far crueler and colder than me, because she only makes rational choices. Pure rationality is the real monster. You know that, don't you? Ooh. Crimson ice. By the time the reinforcements arrived, the 11th Hersher had already been strung up on an inscrutable crucifix, never to make another sound. Even the strongest-willed among the warriors shed tears. They believed that this was the end for them, that this would be the grave of them all, warriors and former friends alike. But victory came ever so suddenly, and ever so incomprehensibly. There was ice, crimson ice everywhere. Although the battle had ended some time ago, the chill that surrounded that man still wrapped the entire battlefield. All the blood had been spilled upon this land was frozen in midair, trapped like a frozen dark red tableau of sea spray. That is an interesting image. A violet glow slowly extinguished amidst it all. Even that eternal rose of crystal threatened to wither and shatter in the face of the tragedy before them. Carrying the unconscious girl, Elysia stood before that man. Kevin, how are you going to explain this? This is not the ending she would have hoped to see. Hua will understand. It is just as I said. We had no other choice. Ice and frost spread out like the veins of a leaf under the man's feet. The chill he wore like a cloak grew stronger in an instant. Kevin, you may not wish to admit it, but you're practically an extension of May's will right now. Understanding you is not a difficult thing to ask. Even today, you're just following her orders. I understand that. But look at the people who have fallen. They were your comrades. They believed in your strength and resolve more than anyone. Everyone understands how they would end up from the start, but still, they stepped forward, because they believed in you. They believed that you would bring us victory and hope. Look at their faces, Kevin. Will your tears freeze? Their hopes have been forged into the hopes of many others. Were the circumstances any different, I would have made the same choice nonetheless. We cannot cling to the past, Elysia. We are fighting for humanity's future. I hate people who don't keep their word. Gazing down at the girl asleep in her bosom, Elysia lightly tapped her own forehead against the girl's brow. But thanks to you, I can never fulfill my promise to her. She said little else, and taking Hua with her, she turned to leave. The man stood alone amidst the scarlet, icy ocean for a long time. He was the victor, but no one would cheer for him. No one would cheer for such a tragedy. Suddenly, the man seemed to notice something. He heard a sound, the sound of breathing. As everyone watched, he raised that great sword that symbolized destruction, only to break the frozen ground at his feet. As they all watched in shock, he dug patiently until that faint breathing once again reached his ears, and those of everyone else. Can you still stand, Kalpis? Damn. Some reminiscences. No, May, that won't be necessary. That's enough. Get behind me. None of them will live. Kevin, we all know that you're not ready yet. Hand Judgment of Shamash to me for the time being. I never expected that L10461 had powers that could wear you down like that. I'm sorry for not foreseeing this unfortunate outcome. But now, time is against us, Kevin. Only by bringing back the Hersher of Fire's power can we possibly annihilate the 10th Hersher. And I've been wanting to tell you something. This is the moment. No, the Key of Blankness puts great strain on its wielder. You mustn't use it again. Exterminating them has been my mission from the beginning. Kevin, you're a soldier. Of course, if you only had to protect me, I have no doubts that you're capable of it. But if we don't take this chance to wipe them out, we'll never get a second chance. If you don't want this to happen again, take whatever happens next to heart, Kevin. By the time the auxiliary troops arrived to mop up the battlefield, Kevin's eyes still had a red tinge of fire. Words paled in comparison to the splendor of what he had just witnessed. Is this what you wanted to tell me, May? Yes, Kevin. If someone like me can do it, you surely can as well. No, you'll do better and far surpass the limits of the Key of Blankness. But to do it, you must know what you're fighting for, which is something greater than yourself. The visit. Elysia? Uh-huh. You better stay in bed, Kevin. You're in a hospital for a reason. Oof, how did a veteran like you get hurt this bad? What do you want now? Listen to yourself. Can't I come here just to visit an injured old friend? I even brought you a fruit basket. Besides, this old friend of mine might need something from me. Kevin, I heard that pink-haired killer, her weapon, was it that blade? It belongs to the moths. That killer shouldn't have had any means to get her hands on it, right? You must be thinking the same thing as me. It was obviously an inside job. I just don't understand, Kevin. What kind of character did you mess with to have such a terrifying killer come after you? Her target was May, not me. Huh. That explains why you were boating in the lake in the middle of the night. You don't look like someone who would have such a hobby, but it makes sense if it was a date. Well, though it may not be obvious, you must know that those projects proposed by May are not approved of by everyone, and some would even be strongly against them, both in the light and in the dark. But I'm curious, what made them decide to take action so soon? Is it the upcoming Divine Key project, or the previous ones that were suspended? Forget it. If you knew, you wouldn't be lying here. Well, I got the info I needed. I'll leave you alone for now. Take care. I'll come visit you again another day. Wait, Alicia. What's wrong? I didn't know anything about the fact that you guys secretly sheltered that killer. As for who sent her, I have no clue either, I swear. I was just trying to say, Alicia, since you've already finished that fruit basket all by yourself, can you please take the peels and cores with you? Alicia! The blind spot. They saved the 9th chair for Kevin, which was the last chair. But instead of taking the seat, Kevin walked past it and stopped behind May's chair. I will not stand against her in any way. You can save that chair for another recruit. Those present were suffused with a pale light. Many were absent. Alicia, Hua, Kalpus. Though they seldom coordinated their actions, it was the first time that several members did not attend a high-level meeting. Those who came each had their own reasons, but chose to remain silent unanimously. They were all aware that an invisible crack was eating away at the organization. After a terribly long while, a thick sneer broke the silence. See, I warned you about this. A discussion that is bound to be fruitless. What a waste of time. Dr. Mobius, please don't say that. Now that everyone's here, let's settle down and let Dr. May explain why she summoned us. The woman put down her glass and clapped her hands together as if she were about to give an order. Everyone cast their gaze upon the chair in front of Kevin. The woman sitting on it looked so weary and frail. Anyone on the scene could destroy her with ease. Yet her eyes that shone like the stars always struck inexplicable fear into the others. Those who met her gaze could not fight the urge to look away. I do not have much time left, so I will get to the point. From a name on paper to the last hope for defending the world, the Moths. To be honest, I did not see this day coming when I joined the organization. I cannot qualify to be a mantis, nor will I live long enough to rectify my mistakes. Before we can exterminate Honkai, I will most likely be defeated by the limitations of a human lifespan. Therefore, there are matters I must entrust to you. I wish to hear only the truth today. Everyone, please recall. How did you meet Alicia? Interesting. Cast in gold. In the depths, the chill in the air surrounding the man befitted the darkness. It was how this place usually struck its visitors. Dark, cold, desolate. You've locked yourself down here again, Aponia. Kevin, I didn't expect to see you here. No, you deserve to be here more than I do. Who should atone for the tragedy of the binding, if not you? My time to do so has not come. And you're the only one who'd willingly come here. Go, for the restraints you imposed on Kalpus have been lifted. Only you can subdue him again. Lying is a sin, Kevin. Aponia, you're not the only psychic mantis who survived. As for who lifted the restraints, it was Sue. He did it unintentionally in the tragedy of the binding. Sue, I remember him. He's developing at an incredible rate. But I can't comply with your request, Kevin. The enemies we face now are of a different breed. The restraints are a bridle, a prohibition. It's time we set the beast free again to hunt down new sacrifices for the god. And Kevin, haven't you realized you already pose a far greater threats to humans than Kalpus? A vicious beast and a butcher with a cleaver. The latter is clearly more terrifying. You can believe whatever you want. I didn't come to squabble. But you didn't come for Kalpus either, Kevin. Lying is a sin. The proposal, the Elysian Realm, we've tested it. The conclusion, it's impossible without you. Only if you and Sue work together can we possibly reach our ultimate goal. Could the god have sent another servant so soon? Why are we rushing to implement a plan that should only be used as a last resort? During the time you locked yourself here, Aponia, humans have lost all cities but 3. I didn't come today. The blade cut through the chains. A flame arose, flickering in the stifling darkness. To discuss strategy with you. The chains and the darkness will cease to exist following today. Aponia, revert to who you once were. Interesting, interesting. Oh, wait, there's something new here. Can't unlock anything more here, but there's something new here. An old friend. The bright moon hung high. Elysia stepped gently onto the spire overlooking the base. The violet flowers dancing between her fingers glimmered in the moonlight. She did not let the Honkai energy stored in the flowers escape, even though its lavender glow would have looked beautiful in the darkness. Hi, Eden. Hi, Ellie. Even now, the woman still held a golden cup. Whether it was for enjoying fine wine as usual or reminiscing about the past was a mystery. The meeting held by Dr. May is over? Yes, they didn't find any anomalies. You've been cleared of suspicion. Happy to hear that. I don't really mind, though. Tensions are high in these extraordinary times, and my past is indeed quite mysterious. An understanding and generous person such as I would forgive everyone, of course. Nevertheless, I'm a little curious about whether Kevin spoke up for me. He didn't say anything throughout the meeting, so there's no way of knowing where he stands. That's alright, I was expecting that. He still is and will always be a shy boy. What about you, Eden? Ellie, you know my way of remembering is different. Of course, I can tell that from the Sims you left behind in the realm. Hence I know that you never betrayed anyone. The things I stand for have gone forever with the old era. I will no longer take sides. Thank you, Eden. She extended her hand and offered the pristine crystalline flowers to the far reaches of the night. I feel I haven't seen a night this beautiful in ages. Did you bring wine, Eden? Let's have a drink, shall we? Let's see. Ooh, Sakura. Oh, we could unlock some of these others. Hold up. Okay, yeah, I haven't even been recording for half an hour yet. Okay, Sakura.
汝の旅がうまくいったかはわからぬが、少なくとも大事ないようじゃな。ええ、この楽園には見たことのない敵がたくさんいるけど、私にとっては貴重な経験でもあるから。
Cat is walking around on the desk.
それに、私の考えが正しければ、それらはかつてあなたたちが戦った敵だったのよね。そうでない敵もおる。ここに来たのは汝が初めてではない。ここに来た者たちは皆、その者だけの印を残すのじゃ。楽園は彼らに影響を与えたが、彼らもまた楽園の環境に影響を与えた。もちろん、楽園の中の敵も含まれておる。すまない。わらわはこういった曖昧な答えしか出せぬ。もしスーに出会えれば、もっと的確な答えをくれるはずじゃ。なんとなく分かったかもしれないわ。いいな。汝の楽園に対する理解はまだまだ足りぬ。楽園の中の敵と戦うとき、かつてのわらわたちの恐怖と心の影を目にするかもしれぬ。それは 敵自身よりも恐ろしいものじゃ。気をつけた方が良いぞ。どういう意味？メイドの崩壊獣を殺すことと普通の悪党を殺すこと、どちらが難しいと思う？崩壊獣かしら。いいな。悪党の方が難しいのじゃ。どうして？たとえ刹那と等しいほど早くとも、汝は悪党の中の悪意を断ち切れぬ。悪意ほど取り除きがたいものはないのじゃ。
I see. Yaksha. Yes, the length and frequency of dreams are both increasing. Sometimes I can't even tell them apart from reality. Dr. Mobius, I know that surgery changed me forever, but what did it change? Rest assured that they're normal post-operative complications. You should stop worrying. But Sakura, can you tell me what you've dreamed of in detail? The snake-eyed girl was still adapting to her body. She tried straightening her back and arm to reach the lab apparatuses placed above her, but was still dozens of centimeters short. I dreamed of growing wings of brightly colored feathers, at times red and at times yellow. I soared in the sky with the wings, as if I'd never fall. But in a matter of seconds, my legs had sunk into a mire, and the surroundings became as thick as a mire, even the light as well. I couldn't climb out of the mire. Soon I felt hungry. I scooped something out and gnawed it mindlessly, but when I came to my senses, I found I was eating the person closest to me. Dr. Mobius, why did I drink of this? Huh? Oh, it's a beautiful scene. She was not listening. Her ass is not listening. Her mind was on the test tube high up on the shelf. It was bubbling violently, a sign that it could disrupt the entire experiment. What a drag. Sakura, can you help me out? Sakura sighed and stepped forward. She wrapped her arms around the girl's waist and lifted her up. Finally got it. Good thing it's still usable. Sakura, you can put me down. Sakura, did you hear me? Put me down. I'm sorry, Doctor. My mind wandered off again. Sakura placed the girl back on her chair. She seemed to be waiting for an answer. I've told you before, they're perfectly normal post-operative complications. You woke up on your own and are talking to me, which means you're fine. Rest easy, I know what you're anxious about. You're fortunate enough to not have turned into something like Kevin or me. Then I'll excuse myself, Dr. Mobius. Goodbye. With her head lolling, Sakura edged toward the lab gate. When she was about to cross the gate, she stopped. I know these dreams belong to its will, but I won't turn into a monster because of them, right? It depends on you, Sakura. To me, you're always a human. But to many others, we're already monsters. She did not reply or ask another question. She left. The sound of her footsteps faded away. We were interrupted. Please bear with me. The snake-eyed girl held onto the edge of the workstation while inching toward the enormous locker in the corner. She then opened it nonchalantly. The invading light made the person curling inside squint. Her sweat-soaked hair was glued to her forehead and neck. She was like a frightened animal, trembling and shrinking in the corner. No need to be so scared. It'll be over soon. Mobius, what the fuck are you doing?
刹那の刻印。こんな風に言っていいのかわからないけど、その意味を理解するのはなんだか難しい気がするわ。難しいじゃと？他の刻印に比べればかなり薄っぺらいではないか。私の考えではもっと深い意味があるはずよ。ただ私が理解できていないだけだと思う。いや、それは誤解じゃ、メイドの。刻印の意味は最終的にエリシアが決めておった。じゃがそれほど複雑ではない。以前話したように、刹那とは一種の技で、 そこに含まれているものは一振りだけじゃ。わらわは生き延びるために様々な武術を学んできた。しかし結局のところ、わらわが持っている唯一のもの、そして最も役に立ったものはこの一振りだけ。理解できるわ。幅広く習得することよりも極めることの方がはるかに難しいもの。そう、それこそが刹那の刻印が本当の後継者を見つけられない理由なのかもしれぬ。付け焼き場の悟りではなく、長い時間をかけて磨き上げる必要があるからな。ああ、そうじゃった。一概には言えぬことかもしれぬが、少なくとも当術においてはわらわにも少しばかり気づいたことがある。わらわが思うに、いわゆる素早さとは、一瞬を自分の目の中で長く引き伸ばしたに過ぎぬ。つまり速さの秘訣は遅さってことかしら。
Oh, that's why the Setsuna signets are focused on ultimate evasions. Because those trigger time fracture.
いかにもメイドのは鋭い。
That feels
こ
obvious
れも
now, but I'm just
物
putting
極
it
まれば
together.
必ず反すという言葉の一面に過ぎないのかもしれぬ。わらわ自身も半分ほどしか理解しておらず、なんとかできるという程度じゃ。それでも十分すごいわ。そうか。それならここを立ち去るまでに何時にも何かしらの収穫があることを祈っておる。もしそれができれば、わらわも使う機会のなかったあの刀を汝に渡そう。助けになるはずじゃ。
Alright. A deal. No. The episode had ended a while before Kevin escorted Dr. May there. On the way, her eyes remained shut as Kevin took her by the hand to guide her. This was one of the few things Kevin insisted on. He believed that what was waiting in store for him and May would inevitably leave them bitter and ruthless. Though he could do nothing about it, he still hoped that day would not arrive too soon. That was the reason Kevin demanded that May keep her eyes closed no matter what as they were traversing the red corridor. It was a long walk to their destination. A hidden cell. Luckily, its inhabitant was very patient. She did not dislike waiting, for she was used to it. The cell door was unlocked and pushed open easily. Kevin, can you leave us for a minute? Kevin did not answer. He observed the pink-haired girl before him, her eyes, her subtle hand movements, and the sheathed blade on her waist. Kevin shook his head. He refused to go. Even if she did hold up her end of the bargain, he still found the blade-like girl to be extremely dangerous and untrustworthy. Okay. May closed her eyes, sighed, and then looked at the imprisoned girl. I'm sorry for making you wait, Miss Sakura. I did what that man told me. Now it's your turn to fulfill the agreement. I've erased all traces related to you. Now only Kevin and I were by the lake that night, and Kevin's injuries were caused by a mere accident. You don't seem to be lying? Then we're done here. Farewell. The girl brushed past them on her way out of the cell. Sakura, I hope you will consider what I told you. The girl stopped. Sakura, you should know there's only so much an individual can do. You can protect her now, but when Honkai befalls us again, will you be able to do the same? Sakura, I hope you will join the moths. A split second. In a split second, Sakura had pressed her blade against Dr. May's throat, and Kevin was holding his pistol against Sakura's forehead. You shouldn't know about her. Sakura, please calm down. This is not coercion, but realistic thinking. Your appearance made me realize that what we're up against isn't just the Honkai. We need someone like you. And you, Sakura, you know as well as I do that times have changed. Nowadays, you cannot protect anything alone, and with only a blade. If you still want to leave, go now. No one will stop you, but no one will ever speak of this deal to you again. A disaster like that, what you call Honkai, will happen again? Yes, and more than once. The girl closed her eyes. They heard a sigh, then a blade sliding into its scabbard. Sakura, welcome to the moths. Ugh. Oh. I want to get Hua's first. Oh. Ah. Yeah, I can't do anything more right now. Oh. Oh, well. I'll keep making my way through them. So, didn't actually make any progress in the story. But we read some stuff. Yeah, this is gonna be a shorter episode. But yeah, so let me know if you guys think I should record the explore ones, because it didn't have any story before, did it? I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. I'm still figuring out how I want to actually do Elysian Realm for videos. Whatever the case, I will see you all next time.